Hey guys! So normally I make a list over the course of the week. I just have like a little post-it going of things that I want to talk about in this video. But the reason this video is several days late is because I didn't do that. And I kept being like, oh, I'll add something, I'll think of something great to talk about. But I have been too busy thinking about other things. First, I have a late paper, which is a really bad thing. Second... Yeah, there is no second. All I can think about is Nano. Oh my gosh. My Nano is like crazy in my head right now. It's all I can think about all the time. So I guess that's what my video is going to be about. Oh yeah, like my sunglasses. See, they're like purple and gold for my school. Yeah, I'm going to be like a tool like that and just wear my sunglasses in a video. Okay, so, Nano. So I'm sorry, Kate, for bothering you yesterday. I was going totally and completely bonkers because I discovered a huge flaw in my story. And, I mean, it's not like a giant plot hole, but I'm a little worried that my story is now kind of uninteresting. Just because it's like, uh-oh, we have this huge problem of, like, I'm foreshadowing, I think, a little too much, such that it's getting a little, like, predictable, which is really bad. My original plan was that, like, one character didn't know about something that was going on, but now that he does know, he's, like, warning someone else about what's going on. So it's like, the warnings are exactly what's going to happen. And originally those warnings weren't there. But it made more sense as I was writing, like, oh, this will be great, I should have him warning them. But it didn't work out that way, and now I'm freaking out that, like, no one's ever going to want to read this because they're going to be on page 1 and be like, well, that's what happens. But to be fair, I am having a lot of fun writing it, and I'm, what, like 35,000 words in right now, which is crazy. Feels awesome. It's actually it's past 40,000, including the stuff I had from last year's Nano. So that's completely nuts and is so far beyond anything I've ever done before. So I'm proud of that. I'm a little worried about the issues that arose yesterday, but at the same time, I think I've gotten past them. I feel ridiculous in these sunglasses. So I feel like I'm kind of okay now, and I'm not like, oh my gosh, this story is gonna completely like combust, and I'm not gonna be able to finish. So I feel like that's good. That's like I'm going in a good direction with the story, even if I will go back after the fact and be like, this needs to unhappen. Not the whole thing, but just little bits of it. The other thing is, the first 2 weeks of it, when I didn't have that much written, I was like, oh, you know, I'll show this to people when I'm done. It'll be great. Okay, whatever. But now I'm like antsy. Like, I really want someone to read it and tell me whether I'm doing a halfway decent job. You know, like, I'm to the point where it's like, I think I'm doing okay. Like I said, it's predictable, but I think I'm doing a good job with it. But I want that feeling to be either, like, true, and I want to find out that it is, or I want to realize that it's not, and then I can change lots of things. So it's like, I know you're not allowed to share it with people, so I'm not sharing it, but, like, I really wish I could. Like, it's making me so nervous that no one has read it. Also, I'm so excited. We have a Nerd Fighter group, like, on Facebook for my school, and, like, 4 of us, maybe 5 at most, are getting together for dinner tomorrow night. And it's like, yay! I mean, I know 2 of them, so it's not like I'm going to be meeting a lot of new people, but at the same time, it's really exciting because it's like, I want to get together and maybe we can, like, talk about this stuff, or we can talk about whatever, and it's just going to, like, be great because we're, like, nerd fighters. Also, I wasn't going to talk about this, but I have no filter, and I don't know how to not talk about things, so there are 2 things that I have to admit. Number 1, oh my gosh, the One Direction album came out, and I was so excited, and I've listened to it like 4,000 times, and I'm like, it's amazing, and like every single song on it is perfect. And by every single song, I mean, I got the iTunes extended version, then I also got the free songs from the Target one. I mean, it's not free, but I downloaded them for free, because I wasn't about to pay like $30 for this album, so I paid the 16 or 15 or whatever it was, and then I got the 3 from Target one free for sale. It wasn't in English, whatever. Anyway, so I was so excited. Like I said, I've listened to it like a billion times. Obviously, that's not a big secret. Like, I mean, come on. I have 5 very large One Direction posters, 1 for each guy on my wall. How do I do this? That way. So, I mean, it's not like I'm pretending not to be a fan of One Direction. Like, you know, I am perfectly willing to admit that I'm their biggest fan. But I do have one other thing to admit. Okay, glasses have to come off for this because this one's actually embarrassing. And yeah, so I'm totally and completely enamored with one plot that I found on YouTube from the most ridiculous show ever, because it's the soap opera Days of Our Lives. And you're probably like, what is she doing watching a soap opera? She is too ridiculous. Like, why is a 21-year-old watching a soap opera? They're meant for people who are like 70. but it's so cool. I'm like obsessed with it. Originally it was like just the two characters, but now it's sort of expanded, and it's like there's some other people involved in their plot, and like something that I would have thought was stupid, like someone getting pregnant, is like all of a sudden I'm like hanging on to every word, like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen next? It's like, it's kind of addicting. Like, I never thought I'd say that about the soap opera, but it totally is. I feel like I've shot like 15 minutes. I know I haven't, but like so much stuff today. It's like so long. So I'm going to bid you guys adieu. Hopefully next week I will be able to tell you about my fabulous Nerdfighter dinner. I'm like so looking forward to this, and I hope it's really good. I actually met one of them today. Like, he's a friend of my sister's. So I'm really looking forward to getting to know him a little bit, and hopefully it's fun. Yeah. The girl from my class isn't going, but I'm considering asking her tomorrow whether or not she'd be interested in going. So yeah, there's that to look forward to. And I'm gonna stop talking because, like I said, I've been talking for like ever, and this video is gonna end up being like 17 minutes long without having talked about anything other than Nano, basically. Nano, oh my gosh. I've written like 3,000 words today, but I'm like antsy to write more, which is really bad because of the late paper. But I want to write more. Oh yeah, one more thing and then I swear I'm done. Sorry for the long video. So all week, actually for the last like week and a half, I've been looking forward to what I've been calling the ice cream scene. Which, was it like, I had this like vague concept of that, like a couple of the characters going out and getting ice cream together. And it was like a very vague thing, but I was really looking forward to it because I knew it would be fun to write, even though I only had the vague concept of it. So I finally got to it yesterday and I finished it today, which when I finished it, I was sort of left with this like empty feeling, like, what do I do now? I mean, obviously the story is going to go on for a long time and it's only like this small scene in the middle of the book, but it's like, I was looking forward to that for so long that it's like, I felt like I lost something when I stopped writing it. Blech. I guess using the word reading there is kind of weird because I know you're not supposed to edit, but I go back and reread everything I've written at the end of the day on my Kindle, just to fix spelling errors, not to like make major edits. But every time I read it, I'm like, oh, I want to read more, and I have to stop where I've stopped writing. But it's like, I want to read more of this story because I'm so interested in it, but I can't read it because it hasn't been written yet. It's really annoying. Okay, I'll stop now, I swear, because I'm sorry for making you watch like 45 zillion minutes of clips. DFTBA, guys.